What's up, people? Today at work was before I was on that I don't know, y'all. It was a stressful day today. I was so emotional earlier, y'all, cause you work with the elderly, you get accustomed to them, and you get attached to them, and you become their family. And I'm like, we're their family. Like, if you don't come, we're there all the time, a lot of us. So I would just, hey, John, how you doing? Hold on. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, okay? So I was trying not to cry, y'all. So I was at work, and so my patient passed today, which is really, 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 really. Oh, I'm good, boo. I'm good, John. I'm great. So I was taking care of him, and he was just, oh God, it was so awful. And if y'all don't know, psych B, I am. If y'all don't know, I'm empathic to where I can feel emotions, and it's really crazy. So when he was laying there, it was so awful because I was in the room with him, and I was like, I'm trying to be like, you try to get a tough skin, and like, okay, but he was breathing so fucking hard, and I was like trying to like change him. And if I just get emotional, that's because it's hard for us sometimes. People don't understand. Like, they think, like, a lot of people make jokes about nursing assistants and that stuff, but y'all have no idea like what we go through on a daily basis. Yeah, Chanel, it's really hard. So I was trying not to cry. I was like, don't cry, it's fine. But seeing him laying in that bed like that, struggling to fucking breathe, and I was so upset. Oh, I'm sorry, Chanel, I'm sorry. I was so freaking upset because I'm just like, why is he don't have to struggle that hard? And I'm empathic, so while he was laying in that bed, I was just like, I'm not like the nurse, she's such a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. And he was a real vibrant person. I'm gonna tell you one time what happened. So one time, and I laugh because I think about how he was when he was alive, and I was just so sad to see him in that state. But one time, I'm gonna tell you the story about him passing. But one time, when I first came, he was like, come here. He told me, come here. And I went over to him and I said, yeah. I said, you want to go outside? He said, yeah. But he said, put him in his wheelchair. He was in a jerry chair. He said, put me in my wheelchair. And I said, we only gonna sit outside for a minute. And then he said, okay. And he always used to fix his covers like this. Like, he be looking at his covers like he really interested in what's going on. And so I was like this, come on, let's go outside. So I took him outside. No, ma'am, y'all. And when I think about that, it makes me smile because we think about the stuff that happened. But I took him outside, and I was orientating a girl at that time. And I took him outside in Jared's. He said, come here. We went outside, and I said, what? He said, take me up the block. And I said, I can't take you up the block. He got so emotional. He told me, he said, leave, then leave, then leave, then leave. And then when I went inside the job, took him back, I said, why you mad at me? He said, because you're an asshole. So when I think about him, he was like trying to beat me. He was such a sweet man. Like, he was like, he had his own way, but it was like, he was a beautiful person. Like, to me, I don't know what his life was with his kids or not. I don't know. I don't really care. Chanel, he used to give me, he said, and I told him, I used to tell him to make him back. I said, guess what? I'm the boss of you. And then he used to tell people, you see that redhead? She thinks she the boss. So when I think about that, when I saw him, and I went in that room and I saw him, and the way he was breathing, I could feel it in my chest because I could feel stuff. I felt the pressure. I felt him, my chest just started hurting, like trying to force, like I felt the pressure, him trying to breathe, like I felt that. And I'm just like this, no, Jesus, no, man, like I can't let this man lay here like this. So I was trying to be, but the way he was laying there, it's like I'm not used to him being like that. So I know that he's like an older person and stuff. I know that, but it's just hard to see somebody like in that state, like, struggling to fucking breathe. And it just made me like, we all was emotional about it. Like, this couldn't be life like right now. Like, him struggling that hard, you had no idea how hard he was struggling to fucking breathe. And it just made me so upset because I just wanted to, like, we all were upset because we wanted to, like, I wanted to help him, but I couldn't. And so, no, it's not my first time. That's the thing. It's not my first time. I gathered a thick skin. But if somebody dies peacefully, it's different. But when they are struggling, you could feel it, the struggle of them. And it looked like he just kept going, like, he would breathe so hard. He just kept going, like, like he was just tired. I'm just like, I just couldn't, like, stop myself. Like, I was like, Lord, I was praying. I just, like, told him, like, if you have to leave, leave, you know. They call us angel of death, but to see him struggle like that, like, it's not the first time seeing it, but when you see somebody that you know, like, somebody that makes you laugh, somebody that gets on your nerves at the same time, when you see that person landing there struggling for air, like, struggling so hard that you just, like, I'm just like, oh my God. And he wasn't focusing on us. He was kind of looking, and he was, like, reaching up at the, like, one point he was reaching up in the air, and I was like, do you see, like, what do you see, like? And I was just like, when I would rub his head, he was like close his eyes, like he was comforted. It's just awful, like, to see the man like that. Especially that when people pass, and they pass, even though they're older, when they pass away, and they pass away peacefully, it wasn't a peaceful death for him. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. So my nurse, she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. She was in a room. Everybody was emotional looking at him because the struggle, and I was like, my chest hurt. My chest really hurt because I could feel him, like, trying to breathe so hard. I don't know if it's just awful to think that he was laying in that bed in pain like that, his lungs filling up. Well, I don't know if his lungs was filling up, whatever, but I was just praying, like, Lord, please don't let him go through that. Don't let him go through that. Like, take him. Like, don't let him go through that. I prayed so hard, and the nurse,
she came down there and she gave him some oxygen, and I could feel it at the time.
He got the oxygen, even though he was struggling to, like, I don't know if he was struggling to leave. It felt like he was struggling to leave, but it was too hard. He was in too much pain. He couldn't think about it. He just wanted to, struggling to breathe at that time. So the nurse put oxygen on him, and when she put oxygen on him, he was like, you know, he was laying there like this, and then you could see, I could feel and see the relief of him, like, you know, because it was just so sad. He would breathe so hard, like he was breathing like 46 breaths a second, like I think a minute or a second, I don't really know, but that's awful, you know, to sit there and struggling that hard to breathe. And then when he got the oxygen on his nose, you know, his daughter. Yeah, well, in our job, it's not that easy. In our job, you have to get the doctor and all this. Like, you have to put him on hospice. It's too much, and I think it should be changed. That should be changed because, you know, the family didn't want his family just wanted him to leave because he was a DNR. But the thing was, if your family, I feel like if I know he's a DNR, and I just feel like, I don't know, like the way he was struggling, I felt like seeing him that way, you would want to try to see what the situation is. I don't know the situation. I know it's hard for her. She probably want to see that, but to see me there and we there, we know him. He tells me, you're an asshole and stuff like that. And you see her, and then sometimes I just say, I'm just gonna call him Mr. G. I be like, Mr. G. He be like this. He ignored me because I made him angry. And then I said, and so he kept saying, but a long time he kept saying he thirsty. I'm like, Jesus, he's so thirsty. We kept thinking of giving him water. But at that point, I wanted him to get morphine. I wanted him to get something because y'all have no idea how. And like my chest started hurting. I'm like, oh my God. And I just like started crying. I couldn't stop myself. I'm in the bathroom like, oh Lord, like trying to stop. But I just want y'all to know that a lot of people make fun of nursing assistants, CNAs, and they say a lot of stuff. But I want y'all to know that we are there with your family member. When some people's mothers and fathers, when you guys, when they're sick, when they're sad, when they're depressed, they get depressed a lot because they don't want to be in that place, and they know they're getting older, and they can't do all the stuff they used to. Just know that when we're there with them, your mother, I know your mother. I know what shoes she likes. I know what clothes she likes. I know she doesn't want this and she don't want that on there. Things change. You know, I know everything about your mother. I know what time she want to go to bed. She cussed me out. She laughed with me. I dance with her. I sing to her. I know her. So I just want y'all to try to, like, I know people say a lot of jokes, but try to respect us a lot more because we do a lot and we deal with that. We deal with death, and we deal with people getting sick, falls, and we deal with their emotions, and we deal with everything. I'm your mother's family. When you're not there, I'm her family. We're her family. When you know, some people don't come to see their mother and father, and I know that some people's relationship wasn't rocky. I'm not judging nobody. Just know that when you come, they don't start barking orders at me because I'm there all the time with your mother and father. I'm there. Hold on. I'm there. So, you know, I just want y'all to realize that. I just want to, I prayed and I just told him to go on to glory, and he finally passed away. He passed away at at probably 9:30 tonight. He passed away. And the oxygen just like helped him. It helps him to concentrate on what he was trying to do, and I felt that because I feel stuff, so I was just like, wow. But yeah, I was emotional. We all were emotional. My nurse, the one, because he's always say he gonna marry her. He told me he gonna buy her a ring. He told me, he always used to fix his covers like this. And I say, Mr. G, he be like this. I was like, you mad at me? Leave me the F alone. But just know that when your mother's feeling sad, when your mother's feeling sad or angry or laughing or whatever, oh, sweetheart, I know I get barked at because they're, but what I'm trying to say, I know, but don't bark at me. Like, I understand you feel guilt. I understand it, but that's not because of me. Like, it's not because of me. I'm taking care of your mother. I make sure she get baths, he get baths. I make sure they eat. I make sure they get stuff. Like, I know everything about them because I'm in close contact with them every single day. Like, all of us. So I just feel like I want to advocate for that a little bit more because I feel like we don't get the recognition we need, and we do it from the heart. When you have people down on you and stuff, it's like, wait, do you not know what we do? You know, we was talking about today, like, we do a Aaron, it's cool. I just know that but I'm just speaking real shit. I understand that I don't take it personal now. Before I used to, but I just want people to understand, like, sweetheart, like, and some people be so upset, they be emotional when they be sitting in my mom all the time. They be emotional. It's hard to see that. It's hard to deal with them. It's hard to deal with all the emotion, them tears and stuff. And I know that. I just want people to know I have a tougher skin now for that situation, but I want people to understand that. I know you feel guilty. Don't feel guilty, but don't put it on somebody else because you feel guilty. I know, like, the stages of death, people go through stages. We know the stages of death and and hurt and all this stuff when you lose a loved one. But, like, don't take it out on us. Like, try to understand it's hard for us too. Like, I know you love your mother, but we love your mother too. Like, she's my sugar. My mom. Let me tell you something, y'all. I love my grandmother to death at work. She's my work grandma. If something happened to her,
I mean, because I love her. Like, today she told me, I love you. Yeah. But I'm thankful he went on to go. He went to God. He went to wherever he's going. I'm glad he went. I'm glad we can help. And the nurse, she's a sweetheart. I'm glad she helped him transition. I love you guys so much. I just want to get on here and I need to take some sleep because when that happens, somebody that you love with your heart and soul and they pass away, it's hard. All right, I love y'all. Bye.
But I'm going, y'all. I love y'all. Hey, Wolf Killer. Oh, Aaron. Oh, yeah, you didn't. You understand. Me and you both, Aaron, I was sorry I was going to call you. We've been doing it for the same amount, a long time. We like vets at it, but it still never gets, it gets easier, but it's still hard as hell when you have somebody that's just like in that position. But I love you. I'm getting tired. I took my medicine. I cleaned up while I took a bath and stuff. I'm relaxing in the bed. And my nurse, she's stressful because let me say one thing else. He had me, my patient had me going in the book looking for a ring for him. I said, how much you want to spend? He said, $4,000 on the ring. And then so I bought like a paper plane, like I'm getting him a ring. He picked out a ring and stuff to marry the nurse. And that's the one. She loved him because he loved her. He always asked about her. He always told me he wanted to go sleep at her house and stuff. But he tell everybody, you see that redhead? She thinks she the boss. She's something. She the boss of me. But I love you, my baby. I know you talking crap and walking and talking wherever you at, and I'm just happy that you went on and you didn't have to suffer anymore, because it was awful, and we loved you, and I'm just happy in a better place. But yeah, and then sometimes they call me and this other girl, they call some of us the angel of death. I don't know why, but it's just like sometimes we whisper in their ear and tell them it's okay to go, it's fine, you did everything you need to do. Sometimes they need that to help them move on, so I whispered in his ear before he passed too, and I was rubbing his head and talking to him, and I whispered in his ear and tell him it's okay. He kind of like looked at me with his eyes. He couldn't really do nothing. I was like, it's okay. I said, you could go ahead and go. I want you to be peaceful. I don't want you to suffer no more. It's okay to leave if you need to. Everything else is taken care of. You can go ahead and go. Put the oxygen on him, and like an hour later, he was gone. So, yeah. But I love you guys. I'm getting tired. I love you. I'm gonna do the story time
video about the
crazy fucking date I went on. Oh, ma'am, y'all. This the man was trying to murder me. I'm just playing. I gotta tell y'all another story too. I got some stories for y'all. But I love you guys. I'll probably do the video tonight and post it tomorrow, or post it tomorrow, record it tomorrow and post it. I haven't been doing videos because my phone is jacked up. I could do these live streams. That's the only thing that's when it sounds normal on these live streams. But when I do like videos, I sound like a chipmunk because I'm motherfucking fancy. I'm fancy. You know what I'm saying? Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Bye, bitches.